What's good and welcome back to another video. Let's go.
Freedom. A word so common that most of us rarely stop to think about. Not because it disappeared, but because it was always there.
It was always there.
Like clean air.
Yes.
Like electricity.
Yes.
Like the internet. The things we depend on most
Boom.
are usually the things we notice the least. And that's exactly why freedom is dangerous to lose. Not when it's taken overnight, but when it disappears so slowly that nobody notices. More than 100 years ago, the passengers of the Titanic made a similar mistake. The ship struck an iceberg, yet many people stayed exactly where they were. They believed the Titanic was unsinkable. They believed there was still time.
Passengers of the Titanic actually didn't want to leave the ship for almost 2 hours after it hit the iceberg. People thought the Titanic was unsinkable. Lifeboats left half empty. Only in the last half an hour, people started to panic. But by that time, it was already too late.
History teaches the same lesson over and over again.
Okay.
The greatest threats rarely arrive with alarms.
So
they arrive with comfort, with convenience, with good intentions, and sometimes with promises of safety. Every generation is told the same thing. Give up a little freedom, and you'll gain a little more security, a little more protection, a little more control over uncertainty. It sounds reasonable, until you realize that every major loss of freedom in history began with a reasonable explanation.
Once somebody says we need to protect the children, they're in danger, it completely bypasses logic. It bypasses debate. It bypasses rationality.
Okay.
All of a sudden, people are ready to give up everything.
The justification changes. The language changes. The technology changes. But the trade remains the same. Freedom exchanged for security. Privacy exchanged for convenience.
Freedom.
Rights exchanged for promises. And today, that trade is happening faster than ever before.
Oh.
Because for the first time in human history,
people feeling too comfortable.
Surveillance doesn't need thousands of people. It needs algorithms. It needs servers. It needs artificial intelligence.
Ooh.
Think about that. In the past, governments needed enormous resources to monitor millions of people. Today, technology can do it automatically. Every search, every message, every interaction, every relationship, every opinion, potentially stored forever. But here's the strange part. Most people aren't worried. Because freedom doesn't disappear the way we imagine. It doesn't vanish in one dramatic moment.
Okay.
It fades. One policy, one regulation, one exception, one compromise at a time. And before long, the extraordinary becomes normal. The unacceptable becomes acceptable. The temporary becomes permanent.
So we get too comfortable and they think it's normal.
That's how every system of control grows. Not through force alone, but through public indifference.
For 5 years, the European Commission has been trying to force a new set of laws that would require every messaging app to implement a backdoor to their encryption, so that everything that we share online, every private message,
anyone can see,
every private photo that we send using apps like Telegram or WhatsApp or any other.
That's called controlment. Really is controlment. Why? Why would you let someone do that to you?
Be automatically monitored.
This isn't a story about politics. It's not about left versus right.
Yes.
It's not about countries.
Nope.
It's about a question that affects every person alive.
Yep.
How much privacy are we willing to lose before we realize its value? Because privacy isn't about hiding crimes. Privacy is about being human. It's the ability to think freely.
Think freely for who you want.
To explore ideas without fear. To disagree. To learn. To change your mind.
Yes.
Without feeling watched. And once that disappears, something else disappears with it. Creativity, innovation, independent thought. The foundations of a free society. Throughout history, progress was driven by people willing to challenge popular ideas. People willing to speak when others stayed silent. people willing to question authority.
Some of it get controlled. So controlling came in and gave people not freedom, but jobs. They had to work to pay the bills.
But imagine if every thought was monitored.
Food.
Every conversation analyzed. Every opinion scored. Would those ideas ever exist? This is why digital freedom matters. Not because of technology, but because technology now shapes almost every part of human life. The battle for freedom is no longer happening only in streets and parliaments. It's happening on screens, in messages, inside the digital spaces where billions of people live every day.
The criminals will be the first to switch on to other tools, more secure. They will use VPNs. They will use private secret apps.
And that's why some people choose to resist. Not because it's easy, not because it's profitable, but because certain principles become worthless the moment you stop defending them. For nearly 2 decades, Pavel Durov has built platforms around one simple belief: that private communication should remain private. That freedom of expression matters. That technology should empower people rather than control them.
Personal freedoms are being eroded everywhere in the world, almost without exception.
Well,
I've seen all of the tricks,
I love
the PR tricks, the legal tricks, the political tricks. Our ship has already hit the iceberg.
Boom.
We have already started to sink. And I'm talking about the ship of our personal freedoms.
Maybe he's right. Maybe he's wrong. History will decide that. But one thing is certain. Every generation eventually faces a moment where it must decide what kind of future it wants to leave behind.
What future do you want
A
to leave
future
behind?
built on freedom, or a future built on control. And the choice is rarely obvious while it's happening. That's why the Titanic matters. That's why the iceberg, and that's why waiting is so dangerous. Because the passengers of the Titanic still had lifeboats. We might not. Let's fix the ship before it sinks.
You gotta fix for what you want. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Like, subscribe for more, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.